Hi guys, so today the topic for the songs that haven't made my debut album is the songs that I did with my band. So I was in a band, I say from 19 to 22 in a 3-year period. That was like in a band, me, my best mate, another one of my close pals, and that was like the start of my songwriting career. And we were gigging these songs. So a lot of people would say, well, why don't you use some of the songs that were in your band? The reason for me is I've grown up now, and I was in an alternative rock band and I was trying to write rocky stuff. I was trying to stand out there and be a bit different. We recorded 3 songs, mixed it, went away with it in 2 hours. You can't really grumble at that. 3 songs fully recorded, mixed as well as you could in 2 hours. It was not too bad. So obviously this was like our EP that we had on MySpace. Remember MySpace? So it wasn't much to kind of distribute your music. So I think Facebook was like the main one. So I'll go through these 2 songs today, and I'll kind of run you through the reasons why these 2 aren't going to make my debut album. I thought they were great at the time. Looking back, it was just a young guy trying to find his way in the songwriting, on his songwriting path. So I'll go through the first song. This is called For the Benefit of Vertigo, and I'll let you hear it first, and then I'll speak a bit about it.
Contain the key to the sonnet. She was the needle in a track to stack until she felt the pressure upon it. She had me lost inside my mind. She owns the pieces that I cannot find. Her innocence has the conscience of a guilty grave. Another lost the soul is washed away with the pain. Can she handle the strain? She thinks she'd found what she could never regain. Another love lost or just a plot in a game. She's been her strive cause his hand fits a glove, but she knows second best as he night's got the touch. So for the benefit of vertigo, you gotta let me go now.
See, Blair was a brilliant singer, such a good singer. He just wasn't, he just shouldn't have been in a rock band. But he's done really well for himself, by the way. He joined the Mamma Mia cast, and he's doing shows in London, and I know he did like a film based in Dundee and stuff like that. So he's done really well for himself. Great singer, but it just wasn't fit for a rock band. And my vocal I was just learning just how to like hold one note at the time, so I was useless. But as you can see, you would switch off from that song. I mean, the good thing was it was really short, 2.5 minutes long, really punchy. But even I think that in that 2.5 minutes, you're going to switch off. Because I've got like got like a 45-second guitar solo in it there. So the guitar solo just fills it out. It's just kind of nonsense. Big, massive, like metaphorical singer So it was, which is what I used to do. It was a broken soul. So it was like I used to write. So in that song, it's like, right, let's see if I could remember it off the top of my head, and I'll just speak it. So in adolescence comes a holy grail that contained the key to the sonnet. She was the needle in a tracksuit stack until she felt the pressure upon it. She had me lost inside my mind. She owns the pieces that I cannot find. Her innocence hides the conscience of a guilty grave. Another lustless soul is lost away with the pain. Can she handle the strain? She thinks she's found what she can never regain. Another love lost, which is the plot in the game. She's fitting her stride because his hand fits the glove. That's a Smith's reference. But she knows second best because he's not got the touch. Again, I was trying to write in all these metaphors, and I used to love to like like speak to girls and stuff and be like, yeah, so this is what this song's about, and this is what I'm meaning by that. And you know what I mean, like she's like a needle in a tracksuit stack. Is this like, obviously, you know, you've got all these girls that kind of look the same, and everybody's wearing the Adidas trackies and tracksuits and stuff like that. And even amongst all those girls, she's that one girl in a million. It was just terrible. You know, like an adolescent finds a holy grail that contained the key to the sonnet. Basically, just sitting there going, right, when I was young, I met a girl, and this song's about her. So I was trying to do all this like Alex Turner stuff, where I was trying to be all metaphorical and stuff. When Alex Turner does it, it works. Didn't really work for what I was trying to do. So you listen to that song, that sounds nonsensical because it takes an age to depict to people like what it's about. Short and sweet, but it's just not good enough. There's a reason why my band never did anything. We headlined one gig, and we probably did about 8 gigs in our time. We practiced a lot, but the songs just weren't there. We just weren't good enough. So that was the first song. And then the second song was this one, Contrasted Minds Think Alike. Again, trying to write metaphorical instead of being... But I think what I've learned as I've gotten older is the more literal you are, the more people listen to your lyrics. I'm not a good singer, so my lyrics have got to stand out, because a really, really, really good singer could take average lyrics and add emotion into it, and that's what draws the listener in. Or you can have somebody like me that's a very, very average singer, but I try and give as much to the lyrics as physically possible, so I tell a story, and people get drawn into the story instead of like my voice. So this one's called Contrasted Minds Think Alike. You will hear the Maximo Park influence. I'll let you hear it first, and then I'll speak about it.
Sees your face, even though you're last face in the crowd. Nobody ever calls your name, possibly in the street, but not loud. 'Cause they all know the plans you grew behind the mischief and hurt. There's a lot to lose inside. It's gonna be easy, and I know how, but it's not gonna please me. So I forget all the lies that she told me, and all for this when I thought that she loved me. So how's it gonna feel when he's kicking you under? And how's it gonna feel when you're left with no thunder? Until you see that he never loved you, and now the past is so far above you. So how's it gonna feel when he's kicking you under? And how's it gonna feel when you're left with no thunder? What's it gonna feel when you're left with no thunder? Celibate cries in her mother's eyes, ponder as she may, she don't know why. Something she once held in her arms could turn so unbelievably vulgar in the blink of her eye. She now knows the plans she grew behind the mist. She can hold this a lot to lose inside.
That was the band there. That was the bassist. That was my drummer. That was Blair, the singer. And that was me with that infamous red Gretsch. As a band, you could hear we weren't tight at all. Drumming was just really like basic to the beat. Half the time we were hardly keeping in time with one another, so we were just keeping it together. But in terms, I mean, look at that. Like I put that up in 2010, so we're now talking 10 coming up for 10 years ago. One like 54 views in 10 years. So if that's not anything to go on, then obviously like that's the reason why it's not going to be on my album. The songs that I wrote for my band weren't good enough. It was a hobby, we enjoyed it. You grow up and you go, no, it wasn't good enough. Again, nonsensical solos as usual, as I do, because I wanted to be centre of attention. Honestly, every song I had like a solo. If you're going to put a guitar solo in, make sure it's musical, make sure it makes sense to the song, instead of just like, again, I put like tapping in it, for God's sake. The Maximo Park reference, if you've ever heard a song called Books from Boxes, know what, I'll get taken down, won't it? So get taken down if I play a song. I remember I heard this song called Books from Boxes and I was really, really inspired by it. So I decided, know what, I'm going to try and do something quite similar to it. But again, just really simple lyrics. Again, we play, we go, but it's nothing to mention. We crave, we strive for a lover's attention. Again, broken soul lyrics. That's honestly, all my songs were like a broken soul. That's what happens when you're single for like most of your like 20s. So you can hear like in the lyrics, it's just same old, same old. But like, how's it going to feel when he's kicking you under? How's it going to feel when you're left with no thunder? It was just really nonsensical, but not good enough. So it doesn't tie into an audience. It was kind of written more into myself. And again, me writing stuff that people couldn't really tie themselves into. They couldn't listen to it and take a part of that song into what they were going through at that time. So again, it was fit for a purpose for a young band. I enjoyed my time. That's 2 band songs. That was kind of where I started off. And I think I've only got another few songs to put up. That are not going to make the album. I could have made, honestly, I've got so many songs, I could have made it really extensive, but I'm going to probably do another 4 videos of the songs that are not going to be on the album. The next 4 are going to be the songs that I was torn with. There's always content there for you guys to keep up with, so I'd really appreciate if you guys were to subscribe to the channel, follow the journey, and hopefully soonish we'll get to the point when I'm ready to release the first single. So thank you guys for watching, and again, as always, I'll keep yourself posted.